Hello everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good kveld, good morgen, good ettermiddag. Here I am in on the outskirts of Reading, Pennsylvania. More notably, Wyomingville, home of Taylor Swift, to be argued. However, what is not to be argued is what's behind me here, off in the distance, the Pat Garrett Amphitheater. And for you Norwegians out there, it's pretty much 3 I-beams that are 2 stories tall, just like a dock where you would go and park your boat if you're a fisherman and you wanted your boat to get worked on. But they turned it into an amphitheater, which is a place where music can be played and viewed in a gated park, designed to possibly entertain large crowds of festival goers. This here is one of the first places where Taylor Swift ever played music. I met Pat. His business, which is he's also a country music star, and his business, which he started selling sheepskins and sheepskin jackets and coat seat covers, started right on the other side of those porta-johns there, on the other side of the amphitheater, 50 years ago. So I met him yesterday. He's a real nice man. So the barbed wire does not reflect any kind of sense of it mainly it defines the sense of the importance of this place in terms of, you know, a shrine to Taylor Swift in a way. There's some pieces of memorabilia in the shop that talk to this. So this there was a spot somewhere near here that is now, I believe, gone, but it was actually the original kind of location. It may be one of these outbuildings, I'm not sure. Near this, that they added the amphitheater onto it. Possibly even that little brown building there could be it. Where in 1993, where Taylor Swift played her first concert in front of people. But then she came back and played another concert in the big amphitheater. And then from here on out, she was with Pat's help, giving contacts in Nashville, and her parents pursued that, and the rest is history. And she became a superstar rather quickly. If that was 1990, she was born in 1989, so, you know, 1993, she's like 14. So, you know, there you go, 1993, 14, so 20 years later, 20 some odd years later, she's I would superstar. I would argue the only supernova giant megastar that no one else can even come close to competing with, in my opinion. So it started right here. Walnut trees, pines in this Pennsylvania field. Along with their interest in being a singer, of course. She looked like a very kind of wiry, in the photos I've seen, when she was, you know, beginning, she looked like a very wiry teenager. She looked like she was very animated, energetic, and probably had a, you know, great imagination, and it wasn't quelched here in the outskirts of Reading. It was fostered, and that's a neat building. It was fostered and let to grow. And You know, that the interest, that desire to be in front of people, singing music, was protected and believed in right there. And somebody, many buddies allowed it to allowed that memory to be cradled here. And then she went on and the very essence of all of that is, I feel it here. I feel it here. I won't go into details, but I could go into details, but you can tell that she pretty much just left here and never to return. So what that tells me is that it's all here, and she felt comfortable being here and leaving here, and rightly so. She was really excited. She still is, and what a nice place for it all to happen. So, and I'm gonna end this little video and this blog and this historical account of Taylor Swift as I drive by an old farmstead with some smoke and deer antlers on the garage. It will be noted that it appears that there was a dog kennel across the street from the amphitheater. Looked like there were several kennels, possibly a breeding area. So one can, along with a major highway, there's a rod and gun club right up the street. So one can really feel the country roots here, and why Taylor Swift started as a country music star. It was natural. It was Pennsylvanian, and it did her well, and it prepared her for stardom in all aspects of the musical conquests, and she used it for all it was worth, which is what you're supposed to do, and she moved on. I feel after seeing this, there's no reason for a Reputation album. That's just icing on the cake. But in order for her to grow, her audience definitely helped. And why not? All right, over and out.